and welcome. You're watching NewsX. I'm Megha Sharma, and we are now taking a look at all the numbers that have trickled in the last 1.5 hours. Yes, the exit poll results are out. Poll of polls is indicating that there is going to be a definitive NDA win. Let's take a look at these numbers once again. Pia, if you could go through them.
Absolutely, Megha. We've in fact compiled a list of numbers and let's go through them agency by agency and then of course reflect the average. Now, People's Pulse is predicting a win for the NDA. It is predicted 135 to 159 seats for the NDA, 75 to 101 for Mahagathbandhan, 0 to 5 for Jan Suraaj Party and 2 to 8 seats for the other independents contesting. Meanwhile, JVC has come out and given similar statistics, predicting 135 to 150 for the NDA, 88 to 103 for the Mahagathbandhan, about 0 to 1 seat for Prashant Kishor's party and 3 to 6 for other candidates contesting. Matrice 2 has this time given a further boost to the NDA, predicting 147 to 167 seats. It's given Mahagathbandhan 70 to 90 seats, JSP about 0 to 2 and other independents about 2 to 8 seats. Polstrats in the meantime has predicted 133 to 143 seats for the NDA, a comfortable victory, about 93 to 102 for the Mahagathbandhan, not really given any number for the JSP and about 2 to 9 for the other parties contesting. Chanakya 2 has put out its numbers. It's stated that the NDA is likely to get a comfortable majority, 128 to 134. Mahagathbandhan is likely to secure 102 to 108 seats. Again, not given a statistic for Prashant Kishor's party. Meanwhile, given 5 to 9 seats for other independent candidates. PMA has given a further boost to the NDA, predicting 142 to 162 seats. It's given the Mahagathbandhan 80 to 98. It's given Prashant Kishor about 1 to 4 seats and 0 to 3 for the others. People's Insight 2 has come out with its own poll, predicting about 133 to 148 for the NDA, 87 to 102 for the Mahagathbandhan, 0 to 2 seats for Jan Suraaj Party and 3 to 6 seats for the other contestants. DV Research and their numbers, let's decode that as well. NDA has gotten 137 to 152 by this agency. It's predicted 83 to 98 for Mahagathbandhan, about 2 to 4 seats for Jan Suraaj Party and 1 to 8 for the others. TIF Research has also given a further boost to the NDA, predicting 145 to 163, a comfortable win. It's predicted 76 to 95 for the Mahagathbandhan, 0 seats for Prashant Kishor, 3 to 6 for the others. And Poll Diary 2 has come out with its numbers, in fact predicting a sweeping victory for the NDA over here at 184 to 209. It's predicted 32 to 49 for Mahagathbandhan. It's not given a statistic for Prashant Kishor's party, predicting 1 to 5 for the others. All in all, if we consider all of these 10 poll agencies, let's take a look at the poll of polls data. If you take out the average, the NDA, according to these agencies, is likely to secure a thumping win at 150. Mahagathbandhan likely to get 87. Jan Suraaj Party likely to secure 1 seat. This is of course Prashant Kishor's electoral debut in Bihar. Others are likely to secure 5 seats. Of course, the magic number here at 122. Back to you, Megha.
All right, thank you, Pia, for giving us those numbers, taking us through them. And Sumit, let's quickly hear it from you with regards to how the numbers pan out when the exit polls are concerned. It looks like maximum number of these polls have gone in favor of the NDA, the BJP and the JDU and the LJP as well. Now, do you think the momentum has once again moved with Nitish Kumar, the 7-time Chief Minister of Bihar, if we take a look at these polls?
Megha ji, thank you very much for having me on your show. Well, if you look at my expertometer predictions with your channel, my number is 140 to 150 for NDA, which is on record, 80 to 90 for Mahagathbandhan and others 3 to 5. I think moreover that's where the number looks to be falling and it's on record. Because look, it's not magic to do this because the pre-seat arrangement was there. Tejashwi Yadav cannot get rid of the image of Jungle Raj, whatever he tries. He cannot choose to be a secular and, he can't choose to be a vegetarian one day and one day, whatever he wants to do. He is that aura, his brand of politics, his father's brand of politics, he never tried to change it. Rahul Gandhi as such did not have any impact. So here you had everybody delivering, and I feel BJP will be much ahead of the NDA this time around, and there's all possibility because both are contesting equal number of seats, and BJP should be around 40 seats more than JDU in my opinion. So if BJP is ahead of JDU by 40-45 seats, the chief minister is likely to come from BJP only. That is where the
Okay.
numbers. And it is the Modi magic. It's that thing which has worked because people want to see how will a BJP chief minister transform Bihar as a BJP chief minister has transformed UP. That is what they are looking at.
Okay. Advocate Manasvi Thapar is also on the show with me. Advocate Thapar, keeping in mind the numbers, what do you think? What do you think it's too early to say that. The voting and the voting has completed. Counting is going to take place on the 14th, and the results come out on the 14th as well. But keeping in view of the numbers, what is your opinion? What actually has happened on the ground?
I think the numbers are very, very welcoming for the BJP and the NDA, and I think it's a clear from if we compare the exit polls and the result of 2020. I think with that understanding, they have an edge of around 20 more seats in comparison to the Mahagathbandhan, and it's a clear failure with this exit poll if this comes to be true. The fatigue of Bihar governance, which was considered to be like on jobs, corruption, infrastructure, that has not come in way. I think the dual engine and Modi and Nitish's combinations have worked out, and I think that's an institutional trust which the people of Bihar, if this exit poll result is coming out to be true, and then the clear idea would be that Modi magic is still relevant, and I think that is the largest and the longest relevance of any political leader's magic, and that has to go to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and no one else. And Nitish would have countered with this exit poll coming out to be true. Nitish would have countered anti-incumbency, which was to be believed, the age factor, which was to be believed. And yes, in terms of JDU, as per the exit poll understanding, is going to be around 45-55. If that is going to be correct, the chief minister would not go to the JDU way. It may be a BJP chief minister, and
Okay.
this is what BJP want. And this could also be then end of JDU if this understanding comes out to be true. And I think everything is locked now, and very soon we'll come to know the real result. And it is not welcoming for Tejashwi. Tejashwi, who is considered to be the future of Bihar and someone who's going to take it up. I think he falls short in terms of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's magic, and I think the second largest party still is going to be RJD. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, all right. Also understand from you, Manasvi, with regards to how this is going to break up. Now, if the NDA is going to get as many as 135 to 140 seats in certain circumstances to up to 150, what do you think may be the breakup? And keeping in mind how strategic it is for the NDA, for the BJP to be able to form government in support of the JDU.
There is no other alliance, there is no other political party which BJP will go with. RJD will clock around 70 seats, there is no doubt about it. And as per my expertometer, I said the same, it would be around 130 to 135 seats with NDA will clock out. So that is going to be there. But we can't say that in Mahagathbandhan RJD had failed. We would have to believe and say that Congress have somehow sharply failed in their momentum in getting votes for them. The idea of vote chori could not get votes, but only got some media interactions and media views and social media views. But that is not turning out to be true in terms of vote politics. So all those ideas are fragmented. Anti-incumbency did not work. Nothing worked in the side of Congress. Had it been the case, RJD would have fought on larger number of seats. They may have clocked more number of seats in that proportion. Congress, with this exit poll, is falling sharply. So this is a major concern for Congress. I think every election, every exit poll, I have said the same thing year on year, election on election. It's a major concern for Congress. Congress has to design a strategy if they have to fight BJP. BJP is a 24/7 well-oiled machinery, heavily funded, have the largest number of karyakartas, have a stream, have an ideology, and Congress does not have anything. Even if they thought BJP on vote chori, they could not build it up. And the vote chori idea of election was not there. Vote chori happened 3 months back. The entire scheme of things happened 3 months back, but it fizzled out at the time of election. So they could not build on something which they thought could be a game changer for them in Bihar. And this only gives strength to BJP. BJP is not strong because BJP has the greatest systems or something. BJP is strong because Congress is as its weakest. They does not know how to be in opposition, how to counter BJP in this regard.
Okay, coming back to you, Sumit, keeping in mind who is going to be the Chief Minister if NDA comes to power, it totally depends on the number of seats each political party wins in this scenario, and keeping in mind that what I'm telling on the basis of the exit poll results. But how unhappy is Nitish Kumar going to be if he is not chosen as the Chief Minister on the condition that the NDA wins?
I think, you see, Megha ji, the equation is very simple. JDU used to be the senior partner, BJP was a junior partner. This time everybody went in at equal number of seats. So politically, it's a given that whoever maximum seats will win. Assume BJP comes around 80-85 seats and JDU is around 40-45. So if I get double the number of seats, I contest the same seats as you. So by natural, I have to be the Chief Minister will all come from my party. Nitish Babu will be relevant. He might get a home ministry, he might get a deputy chief minister, or he might get his son into the game. Nobody knows this politics. Anybody can happen last moment. He might get his son, he might get some options. You know, there is an amount of anti-incumbency against Nitish Babu. And Nitish Babu is an honest man, he's a very nice man, he's not corrupt, he's nothing wrong with him. But 17-8 years being in the politics, anti-incumbency building up, and you know, that BJP Modi magic still works there. So, and the chief ministry, and if we talk about the BJP is going to be the chief minister, well, nobody knows that. It might be somebody like a wildcard entry like Manohar Khattar. It might be even Mr. Chaudhary, which I doubt, but there would be somebody between Mr. Amit Shah, Mr. Modi and Mr. B.L. Santosh. There'll be a couple of guys usually in their radar. So out of these 4-5 guys, they'll pick and choose the best guy which suits the long-term objective of the state.
Okay. Manashwi, do you think JDU still has the power, the clout and the influence to be able to decide who the ruling dispensation in Bihar is going to be?
I don't think so. I feel the kind of issues which they have had, employment, migration, exam leaks, remain Bihar's core anxiety, and unemployment is near 12 to 14% as per the PLMF's report. So this shows that what was promised by JDU and the NDA has not been completely fulfilled. And on the contrary, NDA led by BJP had to come out with a scheme which could woo women's EBC reach out. So only that JDU is in no power play in here. JDU, I think, with the kind of decline JDU is having, we have seen massive number of JDU leaders shifting from JDU to BJP because they feel that there is some kind of relief in BJP while JDU does not have a vision, just does not have a leadership, second line of leadership who could take JDU further. So there is going to be huge crisis in JDU. We could see, as per the BJP experience of NDA has been, be it Maharashtra, be it Punjab, be it in Jammu Kashmir, whenever BJP is in alliance, they enter as a smaller partner, but somehow they create divides or somehow they become larger than life political player, and somehow be it in Maharashtra, we saw how Shiv Sena was divided into two parts, and Shiv Sena is now a B team of BJP or entirely BJP's second line of people who are going to be there.
Okay.
So this happened in Punjab also with Akali Dal. This happened with Jammu Kashmir also. So I think the new trend is in Bihar is going to be the end of JDU. It is not going to be the end of RJD. It is going to be a new era of BJP-led Bihar of model of governance. But JDU's politics, I feel in the next 5 years, we may not see JDU even fighting elections because there would be an entire merger into BJP. This has been the trend.
Okay.
Even if not, if this time they had given an equal share, next time they may not give a 3-digit number to JDU also.
Okay.
So they would be a very regional. In the state also, it would be a very regional political party then in just some few pockets.
Now, at this point in time, of course, I will have to mention that we are assuming, as per the exit poll results, that if in the NDA, BJP is going to win more number of votes and more number of seats than its partner, which has traditionally taken the cause forward of the NDA, where BJP being the smaller party, while the Nitish Kumar led JDU having the upper hand, seems like things are going to turn around. We already saw that in the 2020 assembly elections as well, where JDU did not perform up to the optimum that was expected out of it. But Sumit, the legacy of Nitish Kumar, is this not going to be carried forward? We saw, and in contrast, when we take a look at RJD, the way it has performed under Lalu Prasad Yadav and Rabri Devi, and then Tejashwi came into power. When Tejashwi took over from the family, from Lalu Prasad Yadav, the numbers were very reflective of how poorly the people of Bihar viewed the RJD. Bihar viewed Lalu Prasad Yadav and the legacy that he has left behind. But he has been able to steer the ship in the forward direction. He has been able to garner mass appeal. He has been able to garner votes as well as seats. Because like I said, whether you take a look at the assembly elections, particularly that have taken place in 2020 and 2015.
Look, this goes with, look, Tejaswi had a chance, in my opinion, which he missed. Tejaswi could have completely shunned his father's brand of politics and emerged as a young leader with a promise. Look, Chirag Paswan did. Chirag Paswan was not doing Ramvilas Paswan's politics. Chirag Paswan is an individual identity with an individual image and an individual mind and a vision and a path of his own. Yeah, father is an inspiration, but it is not the same Ramvilas brand of Paswan's politics which he has carried. Tejaswi tries to be a different young leader when it comes, and he tries to go back to Yadav Muslim combo and those Jatigat Samikarans when it suits him. He can't choose in between the poles. Either he has to take this part or that part. Now the thing is that people will give you a chance once. It's a what do you call, relentless world. You have been 20 years out of the power, now you are going to be 25 years. And knowing BJP after 25 years and the kind of scams which are opened up for him, the kind of legal cases which are there against him, that Nokri do, Zameen lo, Nokri do, all kinds of cases which are opened up against him. And Meghaji, Lalu Yadav is the only politician in India who is one of the few politicians who has been convicted. So when this all is going to catch up with him, his brother doesn't seem to be in his camp. Now, how is it going to end up for him? I don't think Tejaswi will be what he is right now.
Okay.
Nitish Babu, it's very smart to him to be somewhere in the politics, maybe as a home minister, deputy chief minister, get his son into the game, be on the winning side, see if the party can build on some legacy. And BJP will want JDU to, always survive, be a small partner, because they don't want a direct confrontation or a contest with RJD at any given point of time. If it's a triangular kind of a contest, it is always advantage to BJP. So BJP's advantage is a weak JDU, but a surviving JDU, so that Ati Pichhada Varg, which we call that vote bank, which is the strength of JDU, somehow is entangled with NDA. That's a big advantage. They don't want a Prashant, Kishor or a Kejriwal or Bihar to come up and take that up. As long as JDU is in the game, that vote bank will be with JDU because of the name of JDU.
Okay. Manashwi, the same question for you. Tejashwi, he has performed consistently, irrespective of the fact that the party was not able to form government, or was able to form only for 17 months because JDU came and aligned with them, and of course the government fell right after. How do you see Tejashwi's trajectory? He has been the deputy chief minister. He has been, I would say, consistently performing. He has been able to improve the tally of the RJD, the legacy that was left behind by Lalu Prasad Yadav because of the number of scams that he was surrounded with.
To be honest, Tejaswi Yadav remains Bihar's most natural challenger to the establishment. But 2025 is proving far tougher than 2020. His energy is visible. His crowds are massive, but his coalition is fatigued. We have to give it to the coalition. Tejaswi does not get below 50 seats at any cost. He's battling between 75 to 85. That's the kind of seats he's going to get. He's the second largest political force in this particular election. He's the natural face of Bihar. BJP does not have a face. While Congress won 19 seats in 2020, what is projected now is between 8 to 12. So this brings down Mahagathbandhan. The biggest bringing down factor for Mahagathbandhan is Congress, CPI, ML, VIP. So these partners did not perform the partnership work. Tejaswi did his job. He's getting around 75 to 85 seats, and he's a young leader. He comes from Lalu's era of politics. But he does not come from Lalu era where the corruption scams were there. So it is Tejaswi's era. The RJD is of Tejaswi. The youth which believes in is of Tejaswi. The entire the anti-Tejaswi gang, which was Prashant, Kishor, could not even get a two seats or a 5-seat number. So that is not that the shadow of his legacy is the burden of that legacy is not been taken up. Had it been the case, there is burden of Lalu's era of corruption, which is fading RJD. No, RJD is not getting faded. It's an era of alliances wherein Tejaswi's alliance failed the alliance. It is not Tejaswi which has failed that alliance. RJD is performing well. It is the second largest political party in Bihar after this exit poll understanding, and that is what my understanding was
but the
also.
point is, obviously RJD is performing, but it is being pulled back by the Congress because it has been consistently failing term after term.
So RJD has booth level management. Even after not being in power for 20 years, they have booth level management. They have such kind of crowds which is coming to them. So the factor which is hurting Tejaswi is not JDU. JDU, let me remind you, is not a direct competitor to RJD anymore. Tejaswi is the only force of opposition and the only leader figure in Bihar. JDU is falling. BJP is rising on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's face. BJP was not a natural political party of Bihar. So the era of politics may not be now immediately, but the future lies with Tejaswi because he has a very consolidated vote bank, which is still there intact for RJD. RJD. The next election, it would be RJD going solo. All the political parties can fight against RJD. Congress is not performing at all. So Congress is not a threat for RJD also in terms of vote katua parties. So Congress may not be even that in that understanding. VIP, CPI-ML are very small in that era. So RJD is performing. So there is no doubt about RJD not performing, Tejaswi not performing. It is just that alliance, as per the exit poll, not working out for Tejaswi. This happened in 2020 also. They tried to amend ways, but that has somehow even failed. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi's magic has worked. Tejaswi has performed. All the other political parties have been defeated.
Okay. Coming back to you, Sumit, and talking about how we have often seen in the past that people in the country vote differently when it comes to national elections versus when it comes to assembly legislative elections. How do you see the Modi magic working for the state of Bihar? What really has changed? Because when we talk about joblessness, it has increased. When we talk about infrastructure, when we talk about safety of women, these have been issues because we were talking to people on the ground, we were talking to women, we were talking to the youth, we were talking to the elderly, and they raised these issues during several of their conversations with us, with my reporters who were canvassing the regions along with the politicians, along with the candidates. There has been a special package that has been announced by the central government, and that is courtesy Nitish Kumar because he was able to get the numbers, therefore be in coalition with the BJP to form the NDA, and of course there was Chandrababu Naidu on the other end. Would the people of Bihar give credit to Nitish Kumar for being able to bringing in, I think, 25,000 crore rupees and even more in terms of infrastructure, medical colleges, and many other of these facilities that are going to be brought in?
I think Nitish Babu deserves all the credit, and it is because he has aligned himself with the right set of people. If he would have aligned himself with Rahul Gandhi, then the doomsday was not too far off. Look, everybody wants to be with the rising sun. Today, the bet you want to hedge between Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi, if you are politically sane, you will put on Narendra Modi because Rahul Gandhi is himself not a serious politician. He is a part-time politician. So if you just want to do that Modi Virod and want to cobble an alliance and want people to come, and I'll give you an example. Tejashwi Yadav looks all fine and good today. What if tomorrow BJP comes with a chief minister who is some Yadav? What if his brother Tej Pratap leaves him and joins NDA? Then look at the election after 5 years. Tejaswi would have been even getting 30 seats will be very, very difficult, Meghaji. The time doesn't wait for anybody. And do you think BJP will have no ranity for this? I can tell you today, 5 years in advance, wait for next Bihar election, you will see a ranity where Tejaswi will be squabbling for 35 seats also. because BJP is a relentless process, and everybody has to pass one day. We all will die. What if Mr. Lalu Yadav, because of his age and all, he's no more there for the next election? Then the family is split. You don't know where the daughters are going. You don't know. Tej Pratap is already saying, I have nothing to do with Tejashwi Yadav. Then a Yadav picks a young Yadav candidate. Like we have seen these new chief ministers in Haryana, we have seen them in Rajasthan, we have seen them in Orissa. The people who are not there, and in Rajasthan, if you get somebody there, get the caste equation right, Tejasvi rides on this Yadav factor. But he's not the only Yadav. There can be other Yadavs as well, which can be gotten. And if they're young, they were clean.
I do want to point it out over here that after the debacle that the family faced, because of massive corruption charges against Lalu Prasad Yadav, when he was brought back as the person who was going to take charge of the party, he was able to convert those numbers. And he
Correct.
has consistently performed over the last two elections in 2020 and 2015 that have taken place, and therefore I am talking about his relevance as a young leader that is capable of leading the party, but a probability that he may come as a chief ministerial face in the coming years.
Yeah, look, he is there. There's no doubt he has been able to pull the party from the debacle they were in. But at the end of the day, if you need 30 Newton force to become a chief minister, if you have 20, that is not good enough. If you need 50 marks to pass, you can have 34. Good luck to you. 16 marks are short. That's what it is. After 5 years, Meghaji, I can tell you, with all the promise Tejasvi brings, he had his chance. He had his era. After 5 years, the things will be entirely different, and things might be totally different. Who had imagined that Yogi Adityanath will give this kind of a run for money to Akhilesh Yadav with all this legacy and all the Yadav Muslim vote banks and all in place? Things change, things happen. When there can be a Yadav chief minister in Madhya Pradesh, why there can't be a Yadav chief minister in Bihar? Why do we imagine BJP has no Yadav there? There would be somebody, we don't.
Okay, all right. On that note, I'm out of time. I thank both of you for joining me on the telecast and sharing your views. Of course, we are now eyeing 14th of November because that's the big day. Counting happens that day, and we are going to very soon get to know who is going to be leading Bihar, who is going to be the chief minister, and how are these political parties going to fare. Stay tuned on NewsX.